Hi, I'm Benoit Soler. I'm the director of photography of Ilo Ilo, directed by Anthony Chen, who was presented at the Directors Fortnight 2013. The film is actually had a very small budget, so around 800,000 Singapore dollars, which is around 600,000 euros. All Singapore crew, everything shot in Singapore within 24 days, which is quite short and very hectic. And the story is based in the 90s. In the 90s in Singapore, more precisely in 97 during the economic crisis. He had to show me a lot of pictures from his childhood, or even from books or from films. So we were really looking for a look which was looking not very beautiful, but just a bit, you could feel a bit something a bit of the past. Before shooting this film, I went 3 or 4 times to Singapore to learn more about the country, to do some recce's, see different locations, get inspired basically. And the first thing I knew is like, we are right on the hemisphere, and basically the sun is very high up and very bright. And for me, the only camera available at the moment to handle highlight nicely would be the Alexa. So for me, there was no real question about should I choose another camera or the Alexa. So I was saying, like, just for that, for me that's the right choice in the right field, because I really love the way the highlights are handled. And that's for me, that's absolutely lovely, and it's very nice. I think you can see it in the film actually, it works very nicely. In Singapore it can be very hot and humid, and cameras doesn't respond very well to that, but actually we never had any problem. Even when we were shooting outside with the sun directly, at us, and behaved very well. The lighting concept of the shoot was actually quite simple. It was to give the actors the most freedom possible. So as much as I could have no stand on the floor, everything hanged up. So we end up piercing holes in the ceiling to be able to put the kinos, to put every different sources, to do everything basically. And the idea was to be able to shoot 360 as much as we could, and follow the actor, follow the action. So I think you can actually sense that in the film, that sometimes the camera are just looking for the actors, for the action, what's happening, where are they going, and sometimes you don't expect exactly, because the actors were giving the choice to move of where they wanted basically. And it was very much about getting the rhythm with them. So it was more kind of a general lighting, trying to, and to give the feel more through composition and shot choices, basically, yeah. In Asia, Southeast Asia at least, they use a lot of fluos, neon, but very bad one. So it's they don't have a lot of tungsten light. I mean, it's very much European to use tungsten, and I was very surprised with that. So we played with that. So there's some parts. So Anthony was telling me, so normally the dining area would be with tungsten, but the kitchen, the bedrooms, the bathroom would be with neon lights, with this kind of blue, a bit dirty blue, and to get like the tungsten right. So we had the tungsten, which was kind of a white light, a bit warm but not too much, and the rest was a bit blue. So we had like, depending on the room, there was always something a bit different. What's interesting, in the bedroom there was 2 tungsten lights. At some point there was the bedroom, how do you say, on the side table there's the table lamp, and only the table lamp actually is lighting the scene. So that's how good the camera was taking the lights from it. And we pushed it a bit, but that was just good enough. It was like a 60-watt bulb. So that's, I felt very free to change as much as I wanted. It's basically, I went up until 2000, I think. Maybe 2,500, I don't know, there's maybe one shot where I went to 2,500, but most of the time I hit 100. Never went under, always kept at 100 and filtered every time. And but for some night scenes, I really needed to bring up more, and even just for the feel of it, because we were playing with a lot with practical lights, so we had to get the exposure right for the practical lights, and then had some of the own sources to make, to make it a bit nicer, basically. So sometimes the exterior nights, for example, in Singapore, are not that bright, so you need to go to 2000. So some exterior nights in, you really need to pump up a bit more, and then it's still, at 2000 it's still nice and quite organic, actually, the picture. The ultra primes and the Alexa work very well together, actually, for the skin tones, and the skin tones, obviously, the Asian skin tones is a bit different from European skin tones, but it was looking very natural, and that's the thing. It's like, it's not too detailed, so you see, you don't see every pore of the skin, or it gives something round, which I can't really explain that except saying like the highlight are round as well. It's like there's something, that you could feel that is organic, which is very pleasing to the eye, straight off the camera. I graded for 10 days. So what we did is like for the color grading, we did the first pass just for colors. So we watched the whole film just with the colors to make sure that everything was right and nice. And after we applied kind of a bleach bypass look to it, but in a very small amount, just to give the black a bit, to get the black a bit more profound, but at the same time not completely black, not zero, like just to have some colors in the blacks as well. And after, what we did is we scanned film grain 35mm and put it back as it was on the file. And basically that broke a bit this very sharp image to make it a bit softer, that's why I was talking about saying a picture a bit from the past, a bit more organic, maybe sometime.